Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/JustNoMil. In today's episode, Jamil tells so he should take pics of his old house before we move to the new house we bought to remember the good times with his violent ex. Announcing an engagement to JustNoMil who loves to shit on our parade. Jamil offended by our wedding invitations and telling her family to boycott the wedding. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Jamil tells so he should take pics of his old house before we move to the new house we bought to remember the good times with his violent ex. My so is not super close with his mom. He talks to her once a month, usually about getting, often late, rent from her as she lives on one of his properties. She lives 2 hours away. I have met her a dozen times since we've been together and have always been polite, including getting her a nice gift for Christmas, cooking for her a few times the one weekend she visited, and once paying for dinner. After being together a few years, so when I decided to purchase a home together which is a lot closer to where we both work, a really beautiful house that we are both so excited to move into. We have been working since April in every second of our spare time on home renovations to get his house ready for sale. We bought about a month ago, and his house sold at an amazing price a few days ago. Then so calls JNMIL on speaker. She speaks French, and is using single pronoun to refer to our new house, i.e. not on alleging it is my house too. All she asks about is the price he sold for and the price of the new house. Saying, oh good, that's a lot of money. I am talking to her too, and at first just ignore that she is only calling it his house and still speak politely. But she is basically ignoring me when I talk. She says make sure you don't move on my birthday and don't spend too much on things for the house so you can get me a nice gift. Okay, a bit weird, but maybe it's just her sense of humor. I ask if she's seen any pics of the new house, and she says no, even though so sent her some when we bought. She says, this isn't like when he bought a house with X, he posted this great photo with her on FB in front of the house. Do you still have that photo so? How come you didn't do that this time, Thuindius Day? Didn't you know that's usually what he does when he buys a house? So you should make sure to keep that pic and take lots of pics of the old house to remember the happy times you had when you lived with her. The new one is just one of many, there's nothing like buying your very first house. Note the photo thing is not even true. We were both completely startled. I have never had someone be so outright rude to me in my life when I have been nothing but polite. So sent her a message to ask why she brought that up, and she replied, oh, did I start a fight? Any advice on how to proceed now that she's shown her true colors would be appreciated. I had been hoping to have a good relationship, but now I don't want her even knowing our new address. I am quite sensitive as I try to be really friendly to everyone, so I don't know what happened. So still hasn't figured out how to approach it but wants to do something. Comments like hers should only be responded with questions, not confrontation. Why would you think you started a fight? What do you mean? What are you trying to say? I don't understand, explain it to me? Repeated questions about a *** whole comments really knock the wind out of JustNoMil. They're looking for a fight, not an essay. This. I'm not picking up what you're putting down. I don't get it. What do you mean? Can you clarify? Please explain. And always respond to the classic I'm just joking/kidding with. You're not funny, you should stop doing that. You dropped the rope. Let's so handle her. Block her on all devices, SM. Your hopes to have a cordial relationship just flew out the window. Now, just have it be an olive tree rel. Keep your special times and holidays to yourselves. Do not let her contaminate your beautiful new home. Best wishes. Yes, with you JNMIL. Go yourself then. For her birthday present, get her a very nicely framed photo of the two of you in front of your new house. Framed pic of just up in front of the house, so acts as photographer. Oh, I like this. A huge, like 20-inch print with a lovely frame with just OP and so. with the print like glued into place so she can't reuse the frame with a different photo. And so tell her you both can't wait to see her amazing birthday present hung up in the most obnoxious place possible. In fact, so brought everything to put it up now. Mwahahaha. Have your so say something like no, you ended a disagreement? Now we both agree you are unpleasant and rude. Consider your relationship with us both terminated. Then have him send over eviction papers for her. Sorry, but I would not put up with my parent pulling sh*t like that. She either respects him and his decision to choose a good so, or she doesn't respect him. Clearly she doesn't. If he's not ready to go and see, then have him send something like oh no, not at all. You settled a bet actually. I was betting you were going to show us your love and respect, but my buddy John thought you would bring up my old, violent so and hurt and ignore my new, sweet, kind one. Weird my mom doesn't trust or respect me, but I think I'm more mad I lost $50. Or something similar. Have him phrase it like a joke, but squash her and let her know you both are a united team that are laughing at how pathetic she is. Oh, did I start a fight? Snarky as hell this one. Maybe he should respond, oh that reminds me I need you to send me pictures of every room in, address she currently lives at, so I can make sure the property is still in a good rental state. That's a very subtle I can kick you out hint. Maybe even the first step to actually do so. Oh, this is the best kind of petty. Love it. Reply to her text with no, you didn't start a fight, but you have just earned yourself a timeout. We'll contact you when we are ready. Internet hugs and external validation. She said just no, but at least she's stupid about it. In that call, she attacked and insulted you. Reminded him of his abusive ex. Let him know that she takes the side of his physically abusive ex. Told him that his money is really hers. Let him know she wanted to start a fight between you and so. Let him know she thought causing him pain was funny. That's a lot of stupid. I suppose she could have asked for a video call where she could have literally waved red flags as she did it, but it would be hard to get the flag into the camera's view and also have it tightly on her. You can't reason with an unreasonable person, and she's unreasonable. She doesn't want peace, so there won't be peace. On your end, you could block her on everything. Why give her ammo? Why let her leave just no comments? On his, he could decide she doesn't get to be in your house ever and loses family holidays. She isn't going to treat you like family, so she doesn't get those holidays. He can visit around those days, ideally in a neutral location. I am so sorry. Announcing an engagement to JustNoMil who loves to shit on our parade. Basically a year and a half ago or so when I bought a house. JustNoMil decided to sh*t on our good news, made a huge stink insulting me etc. So called her out on being rude and she just stood her ground and continued to be incredibly rude to us, with highlights including 1. Saying he is making a huge mistake and I'm not the right person for him. 2. Forgetting my name and just referring to me as new GF. 3. Telling SO's siblings to stop talking to him because he is unsupportive of her. 4. A year and a half of only contact of very short text messages on holidays with no mention of me whatsoever. In good news, So has been on my side the whole time, has no interest in repairing anything with her since she won't apologize. He's only seen her once in person since the whole incident, more than a year ago. I have successfully avoided any contact. Now we are very happily engaged and planning to get married in a few months. The problem is, of course, that we never actually resolved the situation. I'm of a mind to just send a save the date, but I realize it's been a year and a half. So is very set on us not putting any effort, but I am thinking that this might cause me more stress than just confronting it. Maybe it's time to let bygones be bygones. Advice would be great. Edit, important fact I forgot to mention, So does want to invite her to the wedding as sort of a last chance for her, so it's more a question of how to go about it. He doesn't care if she comes or not but does want to give her the opportunity to come. Since this is about his mother, let him decide. You trying to fix this is a fool's errand, and you're so pretty much is no contact with her. Let him invite her to your wedding, that way their issues are still their issues, and you won't get in trouble trying to fix them. They cannot be fixed unless they want the slash, and so said yeah no bye. That's a good point. So was really upset at her from the situation with the house and was waiting on her to do something to resolve it, which clearly she didn't want to do. I feel like now there's no right move on announcing the engagement since we kind of have to do it so she hears it from him, but it's going to be the first time he contacts her first in like 2 years. A wedding is not a last chance sort of thing. Invite her to a lunch together, see if there's any positivity there, for her to see you guys again, and if she ignores you again or not. If that lunch goes okay, you could choose to tell her about getting married. If she reacts positively, I would still not immediately invite her, but just wait and see how her behavior develops for a week or two after she knows. If all that goes well, then I'd possibly consider sending a save the date, but be very very aware that your wedding is about you too, and I would seriously ask myself if I could handle any mischief from her on that day. You could always plan for an reception/barbecue kind of thing a day or two later, and invite her to that instead. I'd not get her anywhere near anything essential to you, before finding out for real how things are. And, in all honesty, I would let the past be the past, and not reconnect. SHE could have done that too, and didn't. I understand him wanting for things to be okay again. It's his mom. But is your wedding day the best time to find out if she can behave? I would recommend trying to see if she can be polite to you and respectful of your relationship before the wedding, that way you will have peace of mind that she is capable of acting right, or that she won't be invited because she proved it to be a bad idea. Yep. Given how she is, she will ruin the wedding. She'll either show up in white, object to the marriage when asked, make a huge scene at the reception, a combo of these scenarios, or all of it. I've said this a few times on this sub, but major events are not the place for a reunification or a last chance. If she behaves badly, it will taint your memories of your wedding day. If she behaves badly and you choose to cut her off afterwards, she'll be able to use photos and memories from your wedding day to make it seem to others that she's closer to you than she is. If you want to give her a last chance, I would suggest taking her out to a public place, restaurant, etc., and telling her you're engaged. Her reaction to that will tell you everything you need to know. I would say you're having an important pre-wedding dinner with important guests. Just have it be a party get together that doesn't have the same meaning to you. Then she has the opportunity to prove who she is. If she ruins it, it wasn't the wedding, but she thought she got her moment to shine. You need to follow your soon-to-be DH's lead with his family. It's his family and he knows them best. Don't push him into more contact. If he doesn't want it. That's a good point. He does want to invite her as sort of a last chance for her to demonstrate she can be civil, but it's the actual mechanics of announcing/inviting that are tricky to decide. Your wedding should not be a last chance for her. She should prove to you that she's sorry before she's even invited to the wedding. Don't let her ruin your day. I can see you are an empathetic, caring person. But in this, you are wrong. Dead wrong. You are thinking of overriding your husband's preferred relationship with his mom. It is not your place to do so, and frankly, your meddling will make it harder for your future husband. It's his mom. It is his relationship with her. It is his experience, history, and insights into how to work with her. Not yours. Step back and let him dictate how to keep his own family, like you, out of the line of fire. Wait, what? What is this in reference to? Does her edit clear this up, or did I miss something? Why would the wedding be her last chance? Why give her the opportunity to ruin what is supposed to be one of the best days of your life? Before you decide on what you are going to do, make sure you have all your vendors password protected and locked down. When you do save the dates or the actual invitation, hand hers to your FDH and let him decide if he wants to send them or not. Also, send just the invite and not the save the date. This will give her less time to plan on how she could mess up your day. If he does send them, be prepared for her crap and have security ready in case it is needed. Do not be afraid of embarrassing her in front of everyone if it comes to that point. JustNoMil offended by our wedding invitations and telling her family to boycott the wedding. I have a few previous posts in my history, but for a brief summary. Fiancé and I have been together 5 years. At first I thought things were okay, although JustNoMil was always a bit rude. We bought a house together a few years ago, at which point his mom decides to tell him over the phone that he's making the worst mistake of his life, that he should get a separation agreement since I was basically a gold digger, that I just wasn't the right person for him and she knew best since she was his mom. He calls her out on being rude. She doesn't talk to him aside from 3 texts a year. Never apologizes. Talks *T about me to family/friends for 2 years, despite not even having a conversation with me for years. This winter, we got engaged and decided to bite the bullet and invite her to our house to tell her. After a very awkward dinner, she does manage to say congratulations, and she offers to find some addresses so he can invite her family members to the wedding. She is very hesitant to give the addresses at first and really wanted us to just send her a whole bunch of save the dates for her to drop off herself. Obviously, I shut this down. We send our save the dates, no problems ensure. She does not ask about the wedding planning, offer any help, ask any questions, etc. Seems very disinterested. She does ask if I am paying for her to get her hair and makeup done. It comes time to make our invitations. We have a wonderful relationship with my parents, have them over for all holidays, see them once a week for dinner, etc. They generously offer us money to help with the wedding and also to host a dinner the day before. Therefore, our invitation is worded traditionally with them as the hosts. Think bride's parents joyfully request the honor of your presence at the wedding of. Fiancé's dad has never bothered to meet me despite multiple invitations. Fiancé's mom, again, never had any indication she wanted to do anything for the wedding organizing or had any interest in it at all. After invites are sent, we see her at a funeral. When she arrives, she says hello and shakes hands with everyone except for me and fiancé. She says not one word to me in 4 hours and walks away when I try to greet her. We are confused, and later hear from one of fiancé's siblings that we insulted her by not putting JustNoMil and fiancé's dad with my parents as a host of the wedding, and that they will no longer be coming to the wedding. I'm just so over it. It's been nothing but stress with JustNoMil. Honestly, it would be insulting to my parents to stick her name as equal with her in supporting our relationship and our marriage. Or his dad, who has never even met me nor seen fiancé in years? Fiancé says he would prefer if she doesn't come at all since it would be less drama. We are considering just not following up with her if she chooses not to RSVP. We really hope her choices do not impact his other extended family. I'm so worried about her saying something rude to me on our wedding day. I just want to have a happy day with family. One of my parents is sick and this is probably the last big event we will share with them. It's just so important to me to have good memories and not have a dark cloud of JustNoMil ruining things. Thanks for letting me rant. The best way to counter the rumor mill is to build relationships outside his parents. Your fiancé and his family are both likely in the habit of letting MIL gatekeep. He needs to shake up that paradigm and start seeing those relatives outside of family gatherings. He needs to send his own cards from your shared address. He needs to text or call just to chat with them. Then, his family will get to know him, and you, without the filter of his lying mother. They'll be more likely to not buy her nonsense and support your wedding. Good advice here. Just my opinion, but do not follow up with her. Let the issue die. Don't let her steal this last precious time with your parents. MIL, they disrespected me blah blah blah. OP/OPDF, with a copy of Emily post. Actually, all we did was use the traditional format for invitations where the bride's family is hosting, and the groom's family has refused to be involved. It's no secret FMIL and FFIL have wanted nothing to do with OP or our wedding. Well, apparently, they want the credit without the work, but that's neither here nor there. You're doing right and have decades of etiquette to back you up. Thanks, haha, this makes me laugh, because legitimately I checked Emily post 20 times as we were making the invites. As a courtesy, sometimes you can include son of. We felt our courtesy was even sending them an invite. She wants you to beg her to come. Don't fall for it. It will drive her crazy that neither of you care one way or the other. Not just this, but if JNMIL is at the wedding, let her acknowledge the couple instead of giving her the satisfaction of holding your attention. Don't walk so much as an inch in her direction to thank her for being there. An entitled narcissist like her will stew and complain that the couple ignored her, but they're not there to see her, she's there to honor them. If she can't be an adult at such a sacred event, let the cost of her meal be all she takes from it. Call her bluff. This is a blatant ploy to make you submit and give attention. I have no idea why you insist on being called hosts when you weren't involved in the least, but if it is your decision not to attend, then we will respect that choice. We won't mention it again. Either she stays away and you have a great time, or she slinks in anyway and tries to pretend there never was an ultimatum. She definitely pretends she has a closer relationship with us than she does. The other day we visited fiancé's grandparents and they said how Mil had mentioned our upcoming holiday. A holiday we never told her about, just one of his brothers. I imagine she has also been pretending she is contributing to planning the wedding, etc., and this is why this invite got her so upset. That's a good idea to call her bluff. Thanks. One word to make your wedding day perfect: security. Y'all didn't do anything wrong, that's how traditionally wedding invitations are written. She sounds awful and you guys don't deserve her crap. Fiancé says he would prefer if she doesn't come at all since it would be less drama. Excellent. As long as fiancé is on board, I'd be ecstatic. It's the best wedding gift she could ever give you. Time to hire security and make sure of it. So what's the problem? The trash took itself out. Problem solved. Your parents are hosting. That's truthful. She is just having a tantrum because she can't tell people lies about your wedding. Like how much she and her hubby put into it. Ignore her and the theatrics and continue with your planning. Exactly. I bet that's what it is. She has probably been lying about helping to organize, etc. When we were asking for addresses from her, she originally wanted us to just send her the save the dates for her to distribute. So I think you hit the nail on the head that she must have been lying about her involvement. Thanks for th comment. I'm sorry you feel that way, JNMIL. But thank you for letting us know that you won't be attending. Then hold her to it. I would look into security for your venue because she strikes me as the type to crash the wedding once she realizes her temper tantrum isn't gonna get her anywhere. Good luck and congrats on the wedding. So agree. If you don't get a RSVP, consider that a no and have security stop her from attending. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.